It's important to understand the problem, which is that businesses still fundamentally don't really understand how to do a good job of buying, managing, and adopting software. We surface business challenges, and then we're really good at picking out tools. We don't really know what happens off the back of that. And in the nature of like how I look at software companies, if you think of like your product roadmap, there is a cohesive direction that everything is going in. You wouldn't have a product owner unaware of where certain parts of the feature roadmap are going. But with our tech stacks, because a tech stack is basically you can view it like a product. To not know what direction certain parts of the tech stack are pulling in is it's a pretty dangerous space to be in, especially when you're looking at how fast we're rolling out use cases across entire orgs at the moment.
Yes.
And so I think like the way I like to think about it is that AI tools don't really shrink the strategy to execution gap. They just multiply decisions. So classic SaaS was really easy to govern because it had clean signals, licenses, adoption. The renewals are really straightforward, but with AI, you get tools popping up everywhere: writing, research, support, sales, code, and each one of those changes a workflow in a slightly different way. And the governance on the top of that is very much not in place at the moment. There's no framework for execution and governance in any real sort of capacity. It just normally ends up being led by one or two champions in the org. It's sort of just have at it at the moment, which I think is leading to a lot of challenges in adoption. I think there was a stat that I saw the other day that was 90% of AI initiatives fail. SaaS sat historically at about 70%. So 70% of software initiatives or implementations didn't end up doing what they were supposed to do. And we still haven't learned from that, and it's compounded into AI, which is actually just a distribution mechanism in most cases. Yeah, and so we're still seeing the same problems. It's a lot easier to adopt and get it in the hands of people, I think, is what's changed. But we're focused very heavily on the how much question at the moment. We're trying to figure out how much things cost or how we're going to manage the spend. And that's not really the right question to be asking. From my perspective, I think the right question to be asking is, can we get it to do what it's supposed to do? But yeah, most teams don't really know how to get to that part. So they default to what they know how to manage, which is spend. Your spend only goes out of control once you've really ended up at a place where there hasn't been any sort of thought or focus on how you build the stack in a cohesive way, I guess.
Yeah.